A whole bunch of huge DC news just dropped, and this is probably the one that I am most excited about because it's a big, huge surprise. Everything else here we kind of expected, except for the Flash thing. We'll talk about that in a bit. But this came out of nowhere. There's been no leaks or rumors about these projects being in development, but now it is happening, it is confirmed, and it's amazing because I love the Batman. I love this whole world that Matt Reeves has set up with the Batman, what's going to be explored in the Batman 2, along with the Penguin HBO Max series and the Arkham Asylum HBO Max series, and now these brand new villain projects as well. So the news just broke from The Hollywood Reporter that Matt Reeves is officially meeting with writers and directors to produce and create these Batman villain spin-offs from the Batman. So we're getting multiple villain projects as a part of the Reeves verse of the Batman. And it doesn't go super into detail of like what characters, but it does give 3 specific examples of projects that are in early stages of development. The first of which being Scarecrow. So we're getting some sort of Scarecrow project, whether that is a movie or an HBO Max series. I'm thinking these are most likely going to be HBO Max series, but this is amazing because, we've been talking about this for a while now, that, especially with Joker, and like after Joker came out, we talked a lot about, okay, what other DC villains could get their own movies or series that could be a really cool character study. And Scarecrow is a big one I've been talking about. Actually, all 3 of these characters I've talked about would make for great solo stories, and now we're getting them. And Scarecrow is definitely my favorite Batman villain, of course, aside from the Joker. But Scarecrow is such an interesting, complex character that would provide for a really, really rich story. Probably one of the best examples of this character is on the Gotham TV series. That was a great rendition of the character, really explored Jonathan Crane, how he grew up with an abusive father who just focused all his life on science and his fears in life and how he overcame those fears to become the fear giver and became the Scarecrow, developing the fear toxin. He's just a really interesting character. He's a scientist. There can be a lot of really cool elements to this show. You can deal with mental health, all that. There's a lot that can be done with this, and I'm just really excited that not only is the Scarecrow coming to the Batman universe, but he is going to be getting his own project, again, most likely for HBO Max. Now, another one I'm super excited about is Clayface. Another one we've been talking about quite a bit in this Batman universe, whether that would be to be the villain of the Batman 2 or appear in one of these other spin-off series. There's been big rumors that he may actually be popping up in the Penguin HBO Max series, so this could possibly even be a spin-off from that if he does appear there. But Clayface, another rich character that you could explore in a little mini-series on HBO Max. Basil Carlo. He starts off as an actor, super famous actor, gets into an accident, his face gets scarred. Oh no, I'm a terrible, horrible monster. There's murder involved here, crime. He ends up turning into this crazy monster. And they could do a couple different versions of this story. Mainly what we've been talking about when it comes to Clayface in this universe is doing more so the Golden Age version of Clayface, where he's not actually a big, huge clay monster. He's actually just a guy who is just really good at disguises and makeup and costume and all that stuff, which, kind of goes hand in hand with his whole acting background. So that may be what this is, but then again, for all we know, maybe we are getting the whole Clayface story. Could do kind of like what they did with the character on Batman the Animated Series, with kind of like a Beauty and the Beast type storyline, maybe like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I think that would be really, really cool to do. Maybe like a Frankenstein type thing. It's just a really compelling character that I'm really excited about. But probably the most surprising one is Professor Pig. So Professor Pig is also getting his own project, again, most likely an HBO Max series. Now, this one, Professor Pig has always been another one of my favorite Batman villains, but I never thought that he would be getting his own project. I've always thought like, hey, he should definitely show up in this universe, but I didn't think he would be getting his own project. But it works because, again, he is another really cool character that you could explore. Again, diving deep into the mental health aspects of these characters, specifically for Professor Pig, because this guy is insanely messed up. Like, this is one of the most deranged Batman villains. He walks around wearing a pig mask. He's a butcher. He not only murders people, but eats them. He's a cannibal. He, does surgery, mixes people around, puts pig heads and animal parts on people's bodies. He's a really, really messed up guy. Again, going back to Gotham, I love that rendition of the character. He's a really brutal, disgusting character, but with HBO Max, that maturity level, you can do some really cool stuff with this character, and Laszlo Valentine coming to this universe, I think, would be an amazing thing. And now it's confirmed. So these characters and possibly even more are getting their own projects for HBO Max within the Batman Matt Reeves universe, which is so exciting. I'm so intrigued by this concept and this idea. I mean, it was already a huge surprise when we found out, hey, we're getting a Penguin HBO Max series, but now we're getting Clayface, we're getting Scarecrow, we're getting Professor Pig. Who knows who else? So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this breaking news that we are getting these Batman villain projects set within the Matt Reeves universe, and what other villain spin-offs or projects would you like to see in the future as well? So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything goes on in the DC life.